So it just arrived from DHL all the way from the Netherlands this morning. Our new Burton Step On boots and bindings. So we've got the Felix and the Photon. So men and women's. So you can see here, nice boxes that they've come in. They've got this kind of magnetic clasp to it. And if we open up, I can have a look inside. So you can see there, all ready to gear out. These are Burton's 5 years in development. Step-on bindings. No need for straps anymore. We've got the base plates there. Let me take a look here. So there's the women's. Really nice and simple design. Obviously a long time in development. Ratchet. So we only found out about these a few weeks ago, and I'd just gone out and bought new Burton bindings and board and the works, and subsequently saw these and we're like, yeah, we have to go and get another set. So we've got the leash, and the ratchet on the back here is based on pretty much the same system they're saying as they're kind of the Burton buckle. So the boot will connect in here. Now we've got a 2-point system here, a 3-point system, so it's clunk, click, click. As we've been saying all week, waiting eagerly for these to turn up. So this will work with your EST setup. And we've got the flex plates. And so you can see there, it's both. It'll work on both systems. Either you have the older kind of holes, or if you've got the newer EST. So that's great that they're giving you both options, because in the past, you wouldn't have seen that. Looking here, you can see I should just get up. Yeah, there we are. That's where your plate will go in, and then you've obviously got an adjustable front toe as well to adjust to the size of your boot. Audrey's just unboxing mine here. Just slightly bigger. Release lever, step in and go. So that's the bindings. Let's see a pair of boots. It's like Christmas. I've been waiting for these all week. But as they're selling them in Europe, they're so Audrey's got. Oh wow! Oh, I should have gone for a different, a nicer color. So Audrey's gone for, this looks like speckled. These are the Felix double boa system. New design here on the boa, where you've got. This is effectively simulating a strap across the front to tighten it up, give the tension. We've got the New England laces. So that'll tighten up. And the main thing there is you've got the points, these metallic points that click in. And then on the back, as we've seen here, we've got the locking system where you put your heel in first and then your toe. And there's also a clip here for your snow pants. And the New England, I just bought a pair of Photon boots as well. So these, as a system, as they go, they can ratchet out lock in place. And then when you pull it back out, it self-retracts. So that's a really, really useful feature. You're in and out of your boots in seconds. Really, really comfortable. And these are obviously, you know, it's all the heat molding as Burton does. Oh, so there's my, yeah, not much difference to my own Photons. But Burton are selling these as a paired system at the moment. So if you are buying the boots, they're selling them as a combo, as boots and bindings. So pretty much similar to my own existing Photons that I have there. But as people were asking, you know, can you just adapt, you know, an existing pair of boots to go in, and that is the case of no, you can't. These lugs and the whole setup is pretty much fixed to the size of the binding. So you've got 3 sizes of binding: small, medium, large, and different boots to go along with that. So Audrey was trying to get the teal coloured bindings. We couldn't find them. They're pretty limited. It's the first run in Europe. They had these ready to go last year. Audrey's just trying it out. Do you have it in the system there? Is it locked in yet? Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's as simple as you get, and that is your binding and boot combo. So that's really, really simple. And then to release, step out. Couldn't be easier. So we're going up to Hemel Hempstead tomorrow. We'll try this out in the snow centre. And then the next trip will be off to Chamonix to have a look. But these look fantastic. The build quality looks slightly different than my existing Photons. I could probably bring them down. My previous Photon had Vibram soles on them. I don't know how much that adds to it, but obviously they've tried to keep the weight down. In terms of the overall weight, they're saying that it's pretty much paired up with, you know, they've tried to keep it to the same as an existing kind of boot and binding. So keep the weight down. All the parts are replaceable here, so you can see on the back, you know, you can replace this if it ever goes in time. They've done a lot of testing. The only part that isn't replaceable are these lugs. And when they were designing it, they said they had plastic initially, but it didn't quite work. It was just wearing out, so they've gone with a metal lug. But everything else, you know, BOA systems have a lifetime guarantee. New England ropes, so if any of that ever goes, you can just stop into your shop, Burton shop, and get it sorted out. The plates here, as I said, all adjustable, but just look at that in terms of where are the straps. That's remarkable. In 15 years, I've been waiting for a system that looks somewhat similar to a pair of skis. And any thoughts, Audrey?
Oh, it's so cool. Can't wait, especially for Hemel Hempstead, where you constantly take off and take on your bindings.
Yeah.
Your bindings, yeah.
So the slope in Hemel Hempstead must be only, I think it's like 200 meters, 250 meters long. So you're constantly going off your button lift, adjusting, you know, in and out of your straps, the whole lot. And you know, if you're just not there with the kind of core strength, it can get a little bit frustrating after a while, and you just tire quite quickly from constantly doing your bindings. The objective here is just to make this, you know, that little bit much more easy. You can roll off from your chair lift or your button lift and just step right in. So I'm excited to try this out. You know, it's been a long time coming. But I really, really like the what they've done with the Felix boots here. That is a great job. That's a really, really interesting pattern. Typically, I've always gone all black. I think it's just simple. You don't see scuffs and marks. But great work from Burton. That is quite remarkable. I really like this. I didn't think they were going to do a combo system. You know, typically on the past, my Burton bindings for the EST system, they have this extra kind of lug out the side, and you have your 2 points with screws. So this is nice that you've got the option to put it on any board. So if I go away now, if I just want to rent a board, I can bring my board and bindings, or my boots and bindings with me, and just, attach to a board and off I go. Or obviously, I can put these on an older board where, my last setup was purely EST with Burton, but I've got a few other boards there that I'd still like to go out and try, and they've got the older kind of base plate system. So it's nice to see that. Your leash here, obviously, you can just, lark's foot on there, and that will just clip on. Probably, I suspect it's just a case of, where do you put the leash? I've been using a leash for years as well. Usually just put it on the back of the boot, or, you put this on your front boot. So as you're coming off the lift, it's always attached on the front boot. Just so you want to take off on the back boot, you can have that foot free. But this just means, they've tested all of this. I've seen videos where they're going up in the chair lifts. The board is dangling off one foot. It doesn't look like it's going to come out anytime soon, but I'm sure there's going to be some scenarios where somebody may have, either just not clipped in fully, might come away. But it's always good to, I think, have some kind of lanyard on it. If you're just not used to the slope, or you're a bit tired, you don't want your board running down the hill. And there's no brakes on boards, as we all know, unlike skis. So we've got the usual setup. It's all the various pull cords, easy lifting. They're really, really light boots. I think they feel no heavier than my last Photons. As I said, my last Photons, I've only had them about 6 weeks. So I don't know what I'm going to do with a separate pair of boots. I'll either just keep them aside in case I'm looking to use my existing bindings. But, as Burton has said, they've tested them in pretty much all conditions. A lot of pro riders trying them out and saying, can't see any difference. Feels really, really natural. And you've got, there's a lot of adjustability in here, which you can see, but that's what I'm talking about when it comes to simplicity. Just folds away. Too easy. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll let you know how we get on. We'll be up to Hemel Hempstead tomorrow and see how it all turns out.